to talk a little bit about how to actually sleep better at night. And for me personally, this has been a great journey from living in the city that literally never sleeps, aka New York City, where, sleep was like this commodity that you bought or sold. If you were someone who could just go through the night and just not sleep at all, you became this great asset to whatever company or firm that you wanted to go work for. So when I was in New York, I would work for different companies to try to get some experience there. And I remember, if you're in this situation where you're dealing with people in London in the morning and then dealing with people in Asia in the evening, you are just on this crazy cycle, where you just cannot stop because from morning to night, it's just a little bit out of control. And for me, I came to Ayurveda because I had a lot of control issues around food, and also, was just going through some health struggles with digestion. Insomnia was a big part of it as well. So in coming to Ayurveda, being an Indian, it has been really like coming home. I feel so inspired by all that I've been able to learn and to also practice, because as much as, we can collect degrees, even an Ayurveda degree, the degree is really not that helpful unless we're actually living the knowledge and unless we're actually applying it in a day-to-day way. So one of the great teachings of Ayurveda is what Pragya has introduced, called Dinacharya, which literally is like the following of the rhythm of the day. So din is day in Sanskrit, and charya means to follow. So we're actually following the sun's rhythm. And the best way to do that, to get really good sleep at night, is, as Pragya has shared, to sleep by 10 p.m. Because this period between 6 to 10 p.m. is naturally full of the kapha dosha in the atmosphere. So there's this oiliness, there's a sense of calmness, stability, grounding. All of this really helps us to go naturally into that space of sleep. So we really try to make that our bedtime at the latest, to sleep by 10 p.m. You will also be getting a handout, so don't worry if you don't catch everything that I'm saying right now. And in order to sleep by 10 p.m., we actually have to start that process a little bit earlier. So one of the things that we want to do is to try to have dinner at least 3 hours prior to when you sleep. So the ideal time would be around 6 p.m., and that gives you enough time to then digest your food properly, and then once your food is nicely digested, then, sleep will naturally come. Otherwise, your lack of digesting the food can keep you up at night. So we try to definitely avoid eating right before sleeping. We also try to avoid exercising late at night. So if possible, the ideal time would be to exercise in the morning. But if, say, it doesn't work for you with your schedule, then what you can do is actually exercise right before dinner. Then you have your meal, and then, you are basically going to try to do really calm, grounding activities in that time after you eat. So from 6 to 10, you might try to, just do whatever inspires you. You can write in a journal, you can read some uplifting books. You can actually watch some of our YouTube videos, especially the Vedanta videos on spirituality, which are very uplifting. And, you can start to prepare like this in the early part of the evening. But then when we're right before bed, we want to actually, start to dim the lights, start to get the atmosphere ready for bed. So whatever that means for you, you can light a candle, you can just have a calm atmosphere surrounding you. And then, once you have laid this foundation of your sleep routine leading up to sleep, there's a wonderful practice that you can do right before sleeping. It is written about in the Ayurvedic texts. It's called Abhyanga, and it literally means to bring a glow to the skin. And so how would skin and sleep be connected, you might wonder. But the quality of oil, it gives you that snigdha quality, or the unctuousness that Pragya had mentioned. And this has a natural kapha dosha quality in it. So we're actually adding more kapha dosha to the body by oiling the bottoms of the feet, the soles of the feet, the top of the head, and then the back of the ears with warm oil, ideally sesame oil. This is an amazing practice to help with any mental anxiety that you might be having. It helps to promote sleep at night, and it's also an anti-aging practice that you can do over time. I personally can say that this has been an amazing, amazing health ritual. The Sanskrit word sneha means to oil, and it also means to love. And so it's this beautiful self-care practice that you give to yourself, just like a mother would put a child to sleep, sing them lullabies, do a lot of different activities with them to calm them and ground them. This is a very simple and very time-effective way that you can, nurture yourself in order to sleep like a baby at night. Another wonderful practice that we actually already have done to start out our day today with Lakshmi is the practice of a pranayam, or a breathing exercise called Udgit. So what we're doing in Udgit pranayam is literally just chanting Om. And to do so, we'll first close our eyes. Just take a deep breath through the nose, keeping the mouth closed. And now bring all of your attention, energy, focus to your heart. And as we chant Om, we'll keep our energy and attention and focus right here on our beautiful heart. And we will chant Om by holding the O sound for 3 times, as long as the sound. Make sure to make both sounds, both the O and the So I'll just do it once, and then I'll invite you to join me. And just continue to focus on your heart. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and let us chant together. Inhale once more. We'll do this 3 times total. Once more, inhale deeply. And you can slowly open your eyes. So I'd love to hear feedback. How was this for you? Yes, Lakshmi. Beautiful. Yeah, and that's exactly what we're trying to do with our sleep routine and our nighttime routine, is to first create that calm, grounding structure, and then when you utilize these tools of the oiling and the Om chanting or Udgit pranayam, then you're already in that space for it to register deeper within. And some added benefits of doing this particular pranayam on a regular basis are that it also helps to bring your mind into a concentrated focus. It's really good for depression, anxiety, and any other mind-related issues. And I can say that definitely from experience, because I'm definitely someone who's had a lot of mind-related, fluctuations and things like that. And I've been deeply transformed by these practices from both Ayurveda and yoga. Then the fourth recommendation from the Ayurvedic texts, you'll actually get a live demonstration of this from Manasvini, who will be teaching you how to make spiced milk. So spiced milk is one of our Ayurvedic treats. It's actually I think it's like candy, because you actually put sugar a little bit, if you can digest it, into it, along with some nutmeg in particular, because nutmeg has a quality that promotes sound sleep. It helps to calm the vata dosha, and that in turn helps you to be able to transition smoothly into sleeping at night. The very important thing, regardless of what you may put into your milk, because there are a variety of different ways to make spiced milk, it must be drank hot, or at least warm. Because, people are always talking about lactose intolerance and not being able to handle milk, having milk allergies, or so many contradictory things out there about milk in particular. And one of the big reasons why is because most of us, myself included, before coming to Ayurveda, drink milk really cold, just right out of the refrigerator. You take a glass, you drink it, don't really put anything in it, and then your kapha dosha starts to erupt. You will start to feel phlegm in your throat. You might have some cold and cough develop over time, as well as other kapha-related imbalances. This is particularly important right now because we're actually going into the next season where this kapha dosha is going to be more in the atmosphere. So it's particularly important to have the milk as warm as you can, comfortably handle. And the best kind of milk is cow's milk. So I think we're really fortunate here in California that we can actually purchase cow shares. And there are some students here who have done that. So we have our refrigerator filled with bottles of cow's milk that, people just pitch in and contribute to bringing. And it's been a wonderful, aspect of that healthy living right here in practice. And what cow's milk in particular gives you is the quality of sattva. So as Pragya had mentioned, in Ayurveda, there are three main qualities of the mind. So one is tamas, and when tamas is healthy, then we will feel lethargy, we will feel tired, we will feel sluggish. So we don't want that in the daytime, which is why we don't want to sleep past 6 a.m. And actually, sleeping in the daytime will prevent you from sleeping well at nighttime, whereas waking up between 4 to 6 actually helps you to sleep better at night. You're just in that circadian cycle. So when you are having a healthy kind of tamas, then you actually are able to sleep. So all of these qualities of the mind cannot be considered just good or just bad. We need them in balance and in the right amount at the right time. So we want some tamas to help us to sleep. And then the quality of rajas is the active, moving quality. So this is what gets activated in the daytime, what we need to be productive, to get things done, to reach our goals. Out of control, this rajas will give you anxiety and a lot of mind-related issues. So we want to balance it. And the quality that we really want to develop, and that all of these Ayurvedic practices and tools help to develop, is the quality of sattva. Sattva comes from the root Sanskrit word sat, which means truth. And the beautiful part about Ayurveda, to me personally, is that there's such an optimistic view of humanity and of us all as being truthful by nature, as being harmonious by nature, as being calm, peaceful, balanced. Like all those things we look for outside, you know? I don't know about you, but I know I sure spent a lot of time looking for all sorts of security, happiness, hope, you name it. It's all out there. But actually, with Ayurveda, I found it's actually all within. And so the way to connect with that inherent goodness, that inherent balance, that inherent clarity, that inherent peace is to actually consciously cultivate this sattva quality. And when we are drinking the cow's milk, it has this natural sattva quality, especially when the cows are raised nicely, when they're treated properly, given the grass and nutrients that they need. It gives us a whole lot of clarity and peace and balance in our minds. So definitely recommend looking into how you can get some cow's milk, and at the very least drink whole milk, because we want to get all of the nutrients from the milk. We want to get all of the nourishment that's possible from the milk. So that's very, very important. And I think we may have a couple of minutes. Am I correct? No. We are at time. Thank you so much. And you will get a handout now of all of the main points that were shared. So I wish you the best in applying this knowledge and sleeping better at night. Jima.